Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori and today I'm going to be getting ready while talking about some wedding updates I have for you guys. Today I wanted to do a get ready with me and kind of give you guys an update on my wedding plans. I haven't made a wedding update video in like 4 months. I don't know, it's been a long time, so I wanted to make this video. Since all of the planning has been a little bit at a time, I haven't really been able to make like one video because like it's been like one thing every month that I've done. So I just wanted to catch you guys up with my wedding planning because it is what day is it? Wednesday, December 28th right now. A lot has happened and I've been engaged officially 1 year. If you guys didn't see that video, go check it out. I did like a vlog of my 1 year engagement anniversary date night that I had with my fiance Zach. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna put on my little headband and put my hair back. Let's get into it. So first off, I did prime my eyes. The Juvia's Place base. Wearing like a pink turtleneck sweater. I'm not going anywhere today, but I just wanted to do my makeup for fun. So I'm thinking more of like a pink champagne look. I'm gonna use the Hershey Kisses Lava Cake palette by Glamlight and the Mercury Retrograde palette by Huda Beauty. Alright, so I'm gonna just use this random blending brush that I have, and I'm gonna go in first with the shade Off Balance in the Mercury Retrograde palette. But yeah, I think the first update that I have, let's see. We just sent out our save the dates. That's like the most recent thing we've done. And also arguably like the most important, because before that, like our wedding date and like the fact that our wedding was happening was just word of mouth. No one really knew if they were going to be invited or not. Save the dates have gone out, so everyone that's invited has gotten one. So yeah, let me show you what they looked like. I hid the part with the town, but this is what it says. Save the date, that's me and Zach. So it says like our first and last name, and then it says the date and the location, and then it says formal invitation to follow. But this is basically the gist of the save the date. But yeah, so that save the date went out to I think like 75 households. We are inviting a total of like I think 135 people. It's not a huge wedding, but it is like moderately sized. Yeah, I mean, some of the other things like we got done, I've talked about this in the past. Hair and makeup's completely booked. Videographer and photographer completely booked. Obviously, we booked the venue first thing. I think it was like February 5th is when we booked the venue. And then recently, I don't know if I talked about this yet, but we booked our florist. So florist is booked. But yeah, everything like all the big vendors are booked. The bakery that is doing our cake is the only thing that we haven't decided on, but it's part of our catering package that we got with our venue, because the venue is like catering. Everything is in one, so it's not like we're just renting the venue. Like the venue comes with ceremony location, chairs, linens, waiters. There's an outside baker that we'll go to, but it's included in the price, so we don't have to pay extra for it. So we're gonna use one of their vendors for that. So it's like really, like I highly suggest if you're having a big wedding, do not have it at like a random location that you have to like rent all of the things for, because you will be very stressed out. Find a venue. It's gonna be more expensive, but it's worth it because it takes a lot of the stress out. Find a venue that's going to be all in one. They're going to have all of the chairs and tables and linens and glassware and staff and valet, and try to find something that's like all in one. Like if you can have your wedding at a hotel, perfect. We're having our wedding at a historic inn. If we're getting married there, the party's going to be there, and all the guests are going to stay overnight at the same inn. So it's like you don't have to worry about shuttle buses or anything. Like there's so many things you wouldn't even think to worry about until you're planning a wedding. So luckily we found a place that's like all one location, and it makes things a lot simpler. So just a word of advice. But I think I'm gonna go in with the Hershey Kisses palette and go in with this pinky shade right here, just to define the crease more and make it a little bit more pinky, because right now it's like a little bit mauvey purpley. We did this back in August, and I actually have a video that I keep forgetting to like release that's basically just preparing for our engagement photo shoot, and that was filmed in August when we had the engagement photo shoot. So maybe I'll release that or this video goes out, because I've had it literally waiting, because I didn't want to make it public until our save the dates went out. I didn't want like the pictures to get spoiled or anything like that, but now that the save the date has gone out and I've posted one of the pictures from the engagement photo shoot. You guys can go see that, watch that video. So I think I'm gonna post that actually tomorrow. I have a sneak preview of all the pictures from our engagement photo shoot in that video, so if you want to see them, go watch that video. But yeah, engagement photo shoot is done. We got to meet the photographer that we're also gonna have for the wedding, which is exciting. We love the way that these pictures turned out, and he really like goes above and beyond. Like he was hopping fences and stuff for us. It was kind of crazy, but it's so funny. We did the photo shoot at Liberty State Park. If you don't know where that is or what it is, it has a beautiful view of New York City and the Statue of Liberty and everything, but our picture for the save the date is literally, it could have been taken anywhere because all you can see in the background is like the sunset and some trees, which is kind of funny. Like originally we wanted the city in the background of our pictures, which we do have the city in the background of some of our pictures, but for the save the date we just completely like didn't even include that. But I think I'm gonna go in with this dark color in the same palette and start doing it on my outer V, just to define it. Now let's talk about some of the things that are in progress. So we really badly need to find an officiant for our wedding. I don't remember which video I said it in. I think it was for my engagement photo shoot. I had a whole like 2-minute random rant about, oh, we need to officially book our officiant. Like we need to officially book our officiant because we need to make sure he's available for that date, like so that he's not busy. And this officiant was someone from a church that I went to and volunteered at for 13 years. Basically, they turned us down because we lived together. And let me just say, I know a lot of people have gotten married by someone from that church, like a pastor from that church, you know, that shouldn't have gotten married under the circumstances that they got married. Because I have insider information, because I was very heavily involved in this church. I said, like maybe in middle school and high school, I was at this church 4 or 5 times a week, volunteering, working, or just attending services. I was very involved in this church, and they just flat out were like, no, I'm sorry, like we can't marry you because you live with your fiance. Not to start any drama or get into any drama, but them saying no to us is hypocritical because I know the other people that they have married. If they had said yes to us, it would not have been an exception to a rule because I know the other kinds of people that have been married in that church. And it's not because of things happening before marriage, because I know for a fact like 10 people that are doing that before marriage that have gotten married in the church, that have got married by a pastor of the church. So if it's not even about that, it's literally just about the fact that I lay my head next to my fiance every night. So yeah, I don't want to start drama. It is what it is now. I want nothing to do with that church anyway. You know, if you can't publicly support my marriage, I can't support you. So I was really hurt, really, really hurt. And I'm still hurt, but I'm over it. Like if you're not going to support me and my marriage, then we don't need to be associated with each other. So yeah, I was super hurt and taken aback because they literally were like, we loved you as a couple, but we just can't condone living together before marriage. But they condone a lot of other things that they shouldn't condone. So we're looking for an officiant, and I contacted a bunch of people, and I need to like recontact them because I contacted them right before the holidays and some of them didn't answer. And I need to like officially sign someone. I want to do it the first, like in the new year. I want to like officially sign someone because our wedding is literally going to be this year. I don't know when you guys are going to see this, but our wedding is in 2023. So like it's officially crunch time and vendors are going to get booked, and I need to make sure I have someone to marry us. But anyway, that's my little rant. In other happier news, I think I'm going to do Galaxy in the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette all over the lid. In other happier news, Zach and I really had no clue where we wanted to go for our honeymoon, and we really just wanted to go somewhere where we could sit on the beach and drink drinks and like that's it. But also like maybe do an excursion here or there, maybe do some shopping, but also somewhere we felt safe, like we could go outside the resort. My cousin was literally like, oh my gosh, go to Aruba. And so we were like, Aruba, like okay, like we'll look into it. And they were telling us all about it and like how it's like really safe and like the downtown is really nice and you can just walk around, like you'll be safe. And then we started looking it up and I literally fell in love with it, and now we are like 90% sure that we're gonna go to Aruba for our honeymoon. We are just right now trying to find like a resort to go to because a lot of people are like skip the all-inclusive, like the food's not that good, and Aruba has like amazing restaurants like that you can go to instead. And like yes, but also from a money standpoint, having our breakfast and lunch and drinks for the most part taken care of, even if they're just watered down, is huge. if all we have to pay for is like the occasional dinner outside of the resort or the occasional drinks outside of the resort and excursions, then I will be very happy. We're paying for everything ourselves, so we don't want to like go into debt just for our honeymoon. We want to book probably in the next month or so because prices are cheaper right now. And they're just gonna get more expensive the closer we get, including flights and everything. And we're looking to go for like 7 to 10 days. Our wedding is on a Saturday and we want to leave on the Monday and come back on the following Thursday. So it's gonna be like kind of a long like trip. So that's why we wanted to find somewhere like we could sit on the beach for like 4 days straight and do nothing. And then once we got bored, we could start doing excursions and exploring the island and stuff like that, because the island from one tip to the next is a 45-minute drive. If you have any suggestions on stuff to do in Aruba or resorts to stay at, let me know. But that's what we're looking at for right now. I'm gonna take some of this pink shimmer shade and pop it on my lid. And then I think I'm gonna go in with this dark color and just literally pop it like right there. I'm honestly not gonna prime just because I'm only gonna be wearing this makeup for like an hour or two more, just because I'm literally not going anywhere. This was just for fun. Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator with medium coverage in the shade 30 Light. I'm gonna show you guys how I've been applying it. So I've just been basically making a 3 with my, like literally just putting it on like that. Then I'm taking my fingers and I'm just kind of smearing it on my face. 2 years ago, I would have been like, what are you doing? But I tried this one day this year and I never went back. And then if I notice that it's like not blended enough or looking a little cakey, I'll go over it with a brush or a sponge just to blend it a little more. But just go over it a little bit. Going in with the Creaseless Concealer from Tarte. A lot of people hated this, but I love it. It's very hydrating and my under eyes are very dry. And it's super thick, full coverage, but it's also hydrating, so I really like it. But I'm like the only person that's liked it. But this little mini size has lasted me like 2 years, and I don't use it every day, but I use it a lot and I like it. So one trick I did learn from YouTube is to just kind of like let it sit and then it's fuller coverage, which I actually do kind of agree with. I'm gonna go in with this Fenty cream bronzer just to sculpt the cheeks a little bit. Yeah, anyway, that's the honeymoon, so I'm super excited about that. The next thing, after finding the officiant and after finding an actual honeymoon destination and booking it, we also next have to do our registry for the bridal shower. For the bridal shower, my sister and obviously my bridesmaids are planning the whole thing. I really don't know that much information except for the date. That's the one thing, is for the bachelorette and the bridal shower, I don't know anything except for the date, because I didn't want any of the dates to be a surprise. Like, I want to like show up and be ready. If you saw my last, I think it's technically my last Vlogmas video, we went to New York to see the tree, Saks Fifth Ave light show, and the windows, and we went to, my camera overheated, but I just finished blending in my bronzer. We went to Macy's and we went inside, and Zach and I were just kind of like shopping around the house stuff and the kitchen stuff. You might have seen some of that in the video, but go check that out if you're interested. We were talking about like all of like the stuff that we want to put on the registry, and I was like, where do you want to register? And he was like, well, I don't really know, like, should we register here? And I was like, yeah, I guess we could. And I was like, I also kind of want to register at Target, you know, just because that's more accessible and like, you know, there's like cheaper stuff there and you can get better deals there. I asked my cousin about it, who just got married. I guess at this point it was 3.5 years ago, which isn't super recent, but like recent enough. And she was like, no, like register at 2 places, like register at 3 places, like who cares? Like, she was like, people register at like 10 places nowadays, like it's all online anyway, so register as many places as you want. We are most likely going to register at Macy's and Target, and I'm kind of toying with registering at like Pottery Barn or something like that too, just for like a few like pretty houseware items. So yeah, that's the plan right now for the registry. So finding an officiant, honeymoon, and registry, I want to get all of those balls rolling in January. Anyway, next thing in progress is our invitation. I don't know if I talked about this yet, but I will be DIYing our invitations. Really quick, I'm going to set with my Charlotte Tilbury, it doesn't say the name of it on here, and then I'm going to go in with my Cheek Leader Mini Bronze Squad palette and bronze with the Hoola bronzer. It's literally beat up. I love this little thing. Our invitations, we got a quote from someone to do our invitations for $1,600 for our dream invitations. I don't know if that's something I want to do, is pay $1,600 for a piece of paper that someone's gonna, you know, throw out after your wedding. I just don't want my invitations to be a point of stress for me. We decided to DIY our wedding invitations. And by we decided to DIY our invitations. I'm going to DIY our wedding invitations. I will do a whole video on this, and I got this idea from Sarah Popolo, I don't know. Her new last name is Christ on YouTube, so she's still Sarah Popolo, I don't know, on YouTube, but her legal name is Sarah Christ because she changed it after she got married. But she DIY'd her wedding invitations, and I loved them. I loved how they came out. I'm still playing with if I want to just order them from a website and then DIY assembling them myself, like putting the vellum and the wax seal and the like pretty thread, like doing all of that myself, because that in itself is going to cost money. Or if I want to literally custom make the invitation on Canva or something like that. I'm going in on the Jouer Rose Cut Gems Blush and Cheek Palette. I don't think this is available anymore, but this is Jouer. And I'm going in with Peach Quartz and Kiss Me. Another thing that has to get done is we're not like behind on this, but we really have to look at wedding rings, and we have to plan our rehearsal dinner. We just got the okay from our venue that we can have a rehearsal there. There's no wedding the day before ours there planned, so that's good. So we could have a rehearsal the day before and then have the dinner at a different restaurant if we wanted to. And then I could literally just stay over that night. So if it's still available closer to the date, that's probably what we'll end up doing. Just so that people can stay two nights at the venue, the night before and then the night after. So we'll see. I don't really know what is going to happen with all of that. But our event coordinator, and she's not going to be at our wedding. The maitre d' is going to be at our wedding, but we don't get to meet with him until like 2 months before the wedding. And she just kind of like assured, like, don't worry about any of these things. Like, I was getting so stressed out because of TikTok being like, make sure you have this binder with like all of your, you know, all of this information in it, and make sure that you have an itinerary, and like make sure you plan this and this and this. And I was listing all these things off to the event coordinator, and she was like, we do that for you. We will just do that for you. Someone will do that for you the day of. You don't need to worry about that. So it's like, I forget that sometimes like on wedding TikTok will stress me out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many things I didn't think of. And it's because sometimes people that are planning their weddings are getting married at like parks, and they have to literally get everything themselves. Like it's just like a park or something like that, or a barn. And they need vendors for the tablecloths and the tables and the chairs and the candles and like there's so many things that like I don't have to worry about because I have an event coordinator that comes with my venue and a maitre d' that comes with my venue. So I'm like, thank God. The price per person is more expensive, obviously, but it is so much more worth it at the end of it. And honestly, some of those DIY weddings like end up being like kind of crazy expensive because you're literally paying for everything yourself. So you can get ripped off and not even know it. But oh, another thing that we did on Christmas Day, we went to my Aunt Kathy's house and we asked my 2 cousins' kids. All of their kids are going to be my ring bearers and flower girls. So there's 1 ring bearer and 2 flower girls. So that is very exciting, and they've officially been asked. They've officially said yes, the parents have. So that's another thing we checked off our list that was like stressing me out, because, you know, not everyone's going to say yes to having their kid in a wedding, because having your kid in a wedding like is annoying and is a hassle. Okay, the camera overheated again, so I just put on some mascara. I put on the NARS Climax mascara, Climax Extreme. I don't even want to tell you how old this is, but it's a very wet formula, but I feel like my lashes look really good, but it's very wet and messy. I'm using my blinged brush and go in with Cookie, which is like the famous Benefit highlighter. It's just so pretty and pink, and like, I know some people are over the highlight. I'm not. I still love it. I mean, like for an everyday makeup look, I don't put it on. But for when I'm like going out or like doing like a full beat, I need it, you know? Since this is a wedding video, my sister got me this Huda Beauty lipstick for Christmas called Wedding Day, which honestly, like this, I could totally see me wearing this for my wedding day. So maybe I will wear it, because I've heard these are like super long wearing. my last step. This is a setting spray I've been using. It's super affordable and I love it. It's the Wet n Wild Natural Finish setting spray. I broke the cap, so I'll need a new one soon. But I bought this in like the summer and I still use it. So, okay, let's take the headband off and voila. Here is the final look. Let me turn the brightness down a little bit. Here it is. This is the final look. It's just super simple and pink and pretty. Another thing I forgot to mention, this is the color of our bridesmaids dresses. It is Hunter Green from JJ's house. So here's the satin color and here's the chiffon. A lot of the girls are having like the chiffon like overlay. I just didn't vibe with any of the pastels. And then here, I got these earrings for Christmas. I asked for them for my Secret Santa. And my aunt was my Secret Santa and she got them for me. And I think these are going to be my wedding earrings. So I know that on first glance, they kind of seem like a lot, but I feel like it complements my ring well. And of course these are not real diamonds, but they're still like really pretty and they're like good quality, and they're from the brand Olive and Piper. I'm not wearing a necklace, I'm not wearing a bracelet. I'm literally on the day of my wedding just wearing my ring and these earrings, and I will have my hair down, so I feel like it'll like add like a nice compliment. I don't know, I'm very excited. These are like my perfect wedding earrings, and yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. And the other bridal thing I got for Christmas from the same aunt, shout out Aunt Roro, I got this bride sweatshirt, which I did ask for, but how cute is it? It's like fashionable, but it's still like bride stuff and I can wear it. I am so excited. My cousin got me this Mrs. box, and when I opened it, I had no idea what it is. I'd never heard of it. So it says our names and our initial is going to be L and the date of our wedding, and you open it and so there's two slots, one for my engagement ring, one for my wedding ring. Of course it's dark green to match our wedding colors. So I just love getting wedding gifts because I've said this before, but you have one period of time in your life to be the center of attention and for your whole persona to be about being a bride and being about getting married. So I have literally 20 months of my life to soak this up, and it's already less than 8 months until the wedding, so I only have less than 8 months left to be a bride. But anyway, I have been rambling for a full hour now, and this video is going to be impossible to narrow down and cut out, and I'm already like, I can't believe I have to edit this. I need to go and start editing this long video. This camera overheated again, and I don't remember what I was saying because that was like 30 minutes ago. Yeah, like 30 minutes ago. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this wedding update video and get ready with me. I'm also going to be filming a New Year's goals video and talk a little bit about my goals for the new year. So I might honestly also film that tonight with this makeup, but I'll probably just change my shirt. So if that interests you, go ahead and watch that video. Please subscribe and give this video a like, and hopefully you'll come back for the next one. Bye.